Hey everybody, welcome back to the Holonet Marauders podcasts. We're here today. I'm here today with my Bombad visionaries, Jamie and Matt. How
Hey,
are you?
all right, we get a
Oh,
title again. We haven't had a title in a while.
wow.
I know.
Usually you're just like, here's Jamie and Matt, whatever.
We had a little bit of a lull with
Lately,
that. No, I know. I was making a little edit for our 5-year anniversary, which we just went by, which is awesome. And I was going through all the clips of like, hey everybody, and this and that, and obviously there's a lot of introductions where it's my Bombad Rebel friends, my Bombad Jedi were the original, I think, my Bombad Marauders. It's been so many. So now we have my Bombad Visionaries, which there's a solid chance I said that for one of the other seasons of Visions, but we'll pretend I didn't.
I don't think you have. I think that might be the first time.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, but I don't know off the top of my head.
With that, we're here to talk about Visions Volume 3. Which Visions is
started it so strong. So
all right,
strong.
summed up.
We're all done. We're all done. We'll see you next time. Visions is a very cool thing that they're doing. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep doing it. I guess if it's still successful, I think people still enjoy it. It's fun. It's kind of like harmless little stories that aren't canon, and we just keep feeding them to us, and they're fun. And just different artists and writers and different ways to create stories in Star Wars. And since they're not canon, there's so much they can do. I know Matt and I are the big canon junkies. I would love a canon anime of sorts. Like, I think that'd be really cool for Star Wars one day. I know we're getting the Ninth Jedi series, but that's going to continue the Ninth Jedi story, which we get in Volume 3, but that is not canon. So, yeah, I mean, anime, like Matt was saying as we were warming up here and talking behind the scenes, like anime is perfect for Star Wars. And if you want to delve into that a little bit before we get started here.
Yeah, well, when I look at, like, I think Star Wars is perfect for anime because Star Wars is already just like so like Japanese, like very inspired by classic Japanese cinema, by Japanese spirituality. There's so much going on in Star Wars that already takes its roots from East Asian philosophy and religion and stuff like that, that it's like the perfect fit. You have these studios who grew up, in Japan with Japanese sentimentalities, looking at Star Wars and delivering these stories to me that really just like hit the nail on the head in terms of like essence of Star Wars. Like what I look for in Star Wars, the Japanese studios really seem to like hone in on it. Like some of my favorite Vision stories are from seasons 1 and 3. Although we were talking about this before, season 2 has a lot, or volume 2 has a lot of really good stuff. The Spy Dancer might be in my top 3 of all Visions. And Screecher's Reach is probably top 5. I probably wouldn't put it in top 3. But I don't know. Starting season 3 off was literally like the most perfect blend of Japanese culture and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like a good place to start, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, before we jumped right in, I was gonna bring up the whole, season 1 I keep saying season, but volume 1 and volume 3 are all anime. They went back to the all anime for season 3. Season 2, volume 2. was worldwide art studios. I don't know.
Mostly
if there was,
Western studios. I mean, there was the Godhead.
There was one anime in there.
I forget what's the full name of that again.
That one was
Journey to the Godhead.
Journey to the Darkhead.
Journey to the Darkhead.
Which was Jamie and I's least favorite of that season, and it was one of you.
It was one of my favorites. I really liked that one.
So I mean, that goes. That's consistent with what you think. So it's cool. I liked getting the worldwide stories, but I also do like the anime stuff that we've been getting through it. So with that, we can get into volume 3. I'm going to say season every time.
I know, me too.
Myself.
It's okay. It's they label it season 3 on Disney Plus anyway. So
yeah.
I think.
Jamie, did you have, before we do that, did you have a thought on like volume 3 compared to volume 2 and like the anime versus the worldwide stuff or
so
Western.
the whole thing with Visions is I think it's an awesome project, and I love how they keep greenlighting more seasons of it, because I love how it gives creators worldwide to actually get an opportunity to like work on their own versions of Star Wars. And I think that all of the stories that have like come through have been ridiculously artsy in more ways than one, and so good. But at the same time, they are ridiculously artsy and are going to connect.
Yeah,
I get that. But at the same time, I love that for Star Wars, because you want stuff that's not just the regular same thing that you're seeing all the time. But at the same time, we do see a lot of stories that's just like, hey, we're gonna like pay like a huge like homage to like that like one scene, like A New Hope, or you're gonna see like a lot of stuff that's just like, hey, we loved that concept, we want to make it our own, and here it is. That's my like one like I guess downfall of Visions, is a lot of the stories are like that, of just like, oh, we really liked that plot, let me put it in a 15-minute short. Okay.
Yeah. Or like we really love that scene in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Great.
We'll get to that.
That was genius.
That was.
But it's just fun, and I think that it's always exciting when a new series, a new volume of this comes out, because we don't necessarily know what we will be receiving. And season 3, volume 3 was the first time we received sequels to any of them, which was also just exciting to get. Pretty much the 3 like fan favorites, or most of the fan favorites, an additional chunk of that story, or just like another setting of that with the same characters. That was I enjoyed that a lot. I remember when season 2 came out, I loved season 2 much more than season 1. I feel like I just liked most of those episodes much more. But I feel like I talk about this all the time, at least with you guys and like close friends, but like my knowledge of anime lives in cosplay. I don't know like anything about anime. I know like maybe like 5
more than me,
like, out there, but I can usually identify what a costume is if it's from an anime, not because it looks like an anime. You know, but I mean, I know what the series is based on like a costume, and I'm just like, oh, that's from like whatever the hottest thing is like this year. Like I can like usually like identify that, and so like going into watching something that is actually strictly anime, I'm just sitting here like, okay, I kind of get it, but I'm just like, okay.
Well, it's perfect with these two, because we're getting it on a Star Wars platter, which is, more palatable for us, and also they're non-canon little shorts, and some of them have gotten sequels, but it's just like it's easy to kind of follow a short,
and they are super fun. I think that one thing that I'll bring up again as we get into it, because as we move through with the different studios, like I always do like the look up like ahead of time, like which like studios they went with for series 3 and compared to what they did in the past. And it's funny to me, like I just said, like I'm looking based on my knowledge of like other studios in the past that have like done these things. I'm like, oh, what have they made? And I'm like, oh, I know what that is based on sight. But like it's then I'm just like, oh, but anyway.
But the way we're going to go through it, we're going to go through these one at a time. There's 9 shorts they had, 9 episodes, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to talk about them. Some will have more to say than others, I imagine. And we're going to give a little 1 out of 10 ranking at the end, just to kind of see where we fall with it. But we can start off with maybe the one Matt thinks is the best. The Duel Payback, which is a sequel to The Duel, from season 1.
The Duel.
This was by Kamikaze Doja. I don't know.
I believe that's how you say it.
I wrote down the studios. That's
Doja.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but apologies to the very successful studio.
No, but really, I love this. I mean, like Matt will go into more detail, but it's funny. Like when we like had like our initial like chats about it, AJ and I didn't necessarily like vibe with it like as much, but I did like love this short, and I loved it as a sequel. I think that The Duel was one of my favorites in the first like batch of episodes that we received. So getting a sequel to it was fun. Plus, this was the one that they've expanded about the most. We received a book. There was a manga. We got an action figure. I actually have the action figure in the other room. I should go grab for this stream.
It's all good. But yeah, I liked the first one. They did a lot too, and I feel like that's the standout one. Whenever someone talks about Visions, they talk about Ronin and the Duel and everything with that. I thought this one was way better than the first one. Even the first one was kind of just a lot of everything about it. It had a bit more characterization with it. It had more like dialogue. I feel this one had more different side characters and some whimsical little things, which I like that mixed in with Star Wars. And the animation, way better. I love that it was like sketch looking. Like
oh
they did Jamie and I, like she said, we kind of just looked at each other at the end. But it's one of those ones where it's a little more highbrow, I feel. And the more you think about this episode, it would be one I would probably rewatch. If I wanted to show someone a Visions short, I'd probably show them this one. This would be one of them I would show. It's very, very, very Japanese, very Kurosawa, as Matt's probably into.
Oh, for sure. Like,
all right, get into it, Matt.
So the first duel, surprisingly, I thought was good, but I actually didn't go crazy for it like everybody else did. Like when they announced Ronin, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like the Ninth Jedi really was like the main one from season 1 that I was like obsessed with. And the duel that like everybody else seemed to be obsessed with, I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I liked it.
It was all Flash.
It was all Flash. And it was just all Flash in like a small Japanese village. And I just didn't, I thought like a Sith going around killing other Sith was bordering on like the dangerous kind of gray Jedi area that I always can't stand. I cannot stand that concept. Yeah. Unfortunately, this leaned more into it, but I powered through that because the rest of the presentation in the episode was just so good that I forgave it for that little hiccup because they do seem to be going for like not all Sith are bad, and it's like, yeah, no, all Sith are bad. All Sith are bad. But no, this had Kurosawa written all over it. Having like a rice den, like a cantina in 2 AT-ATs was just really cool. Like also the thing about the first duel that I was like back and forth on was like I really liked the idea that it was like an ancient Sith, ancient Jedi way back in the day. I liked that idea, but I didn't think it was followed through enough on because they had like First Order Stormtrooper armor and stuff like that. But because I remembered that from the duel, when going into this new one, I was like, okay, this time I can kind of like just forget about it, just forget the time period, just enjoy the story for what it is. I don't have to worry about like,
as you should,
consistencies or inconsistencies, Stormtroopers, whatever. So a rice den and a cantina existing in a gambling den existing in these 2 giant AT-ATs, like bridged together, like on the side of a snowy mountain. Oh, what a setting. Unbelievably cool. Like unbelievably whimsical, unbelievably clever.
And that's I really like in Visions. I love that.
Like these people can come up with some just really cool visuals, some really, really interesting set pieces. There's another, we'll talk about it later. There's another short here that I didn't really care for the actual substance of the short too much. It was good. But there were some great set pieces that just blew me away, and that really bumps it up.
Matt's a big substance guy. He hates fun. All he cares about is substance.
I hate fun.
Which is news to me.
No. I like it. It's fun and substance. Fun and substance. They go together. They can go together.
I have 3 things I graded my episodes on. Intrigue, fun, and animation.
Intrigue. I like that.
That's what I guess that's a way to put substance. The way if it intrigued me, if it reeled me in, boom, you get a lot. Yeah,
you want to watch the entire thing, and you want to know where this is going. Yeah.
So, I really liked the Jedi in this episode because he's wearing, I don't know the name of it, but it's a mask. It's a straw mask that Buddhist monks used to wear to practice non-attachment. Where they would literally walk around all day wearing a mask that basically made you not blind per se, but like, very hard to see through them. And you would just kind of pick a spot. You would sit down. You would travel to different villages and you would serve people. You would just kind of get as close to like a singularity, outside of yourself as you possibly could by wearing this mask and showing your devotion. I really liked incorporating that with like the
mask
Jedi.
In, sorry to get totally sidetracked. It's kind of like the mask in No Time to Die, right? James Bond, when he has like the shattered.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
that kind of thing. Yeah, that's where my mind goes. But yeah,
I was also thinking of The Stranger. where he wears a
Okay.
mask where you can't see anything at all, and you're just completely cut off, and you're close to the Force. Now, of course, it's nice to see the Jedi practicing that too, and I would love to see that brought into canon. I would love to see ancient Jedi wearing these masks that like completely cut themselves off from like, you know, senses and just kind of be one with the Force. I would love to see that. So when he showed up in that ship with that mask, having like looked into that extensively, I was like, whoa. I was like pointing at the screen like Leo. I was like, whoa, this is what a cool detail. What a really cool detail. And I loved all the other Jedi like acolytes, the soldiers, were also wearing something very similar to that.
Yeah, they were.
And I loved, God, the scene. See, this is what I mean by substance, but fun as well. I love the visual of Ewoks popping out of the water to shoot arrows at people crossing a bridge. That is the perfect mixture of like Star Wars fun, whimsy, but also like the perfect kind of homage to like, you know, a bunch of different stories where people have to cross a bridge and you have to shoot them with arrows and stuff. You know, I forget which Kurosawa movie I just watched that had that in it. But yeah, it's just the whole thing is just Kurosawa. It's just
the
Kurosawa.
Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was expecting one of the Ewoks to hop in a little barrel and just spin around with their axes.
Well, okay. So, I mean, like, as I said, like,
part.
in the beginning, there's so much of these shorts that are just like, all right, we really like this one scene in the movies. We want to make our own version of it. And so that's exactly like what this was they were like, oh, we really like the Ewoks. We really like what they do on Endor. So let's make our own version of this. Let's just pop them in the water, have them attack the bridge in the same method. I
mean, it's very simple.
And I thought it was super... Yeah, exactly. Like, I thought it was like super fun and just getting to see it. And it was fun to see this beautiful short. But then also you have this like little cute moments of the Ewoks just like popping out of like the water and killing everyone. But also like taking care of our Ronin Jedi and our Sith, just like in like the caves, just like looking around. It's just like literally like looking through the binoculars. They're just like popping up like, hello, hey.
Oh yeah, the little spa was cool.
Hey, what's up? I love them. They were like the waiters in the beginning. It was good to have just the little whimsical business. I also want to highlight the like owner of the Walker, the rice den, you were calling it, the gambling parlor. I didn't realize he was like a little, like almost like Meeber Gascon type of guy until suddenly he was like squeaking and like making weird noises and whatnot instead of actually speaking. Because I didn't realize the guy was like holding like a remote, like, and then getting like the translation like immediately the entire time.
I liked that detail. That was funny.
And I loved his Wookiee like bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just fun. Yeah, I had like so many just like different kinds of like creatures in this one. It was really fun.
This one got huge points with me in animation and fun, decent intrigue, but I think it had so many things that were Star Warsy that just went into it. The whole throwing Star Wars toys into like we were saying earlier with the AT-AT, and the way Visions can do that and make these like I don't want to call them monstrosities, but like
these amalgamations.
They're beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, Star Wars amalgamations. Like I love when they do that. Really this good. One really did it. The first one, season 1, did it pretty well, even though Matt didn't like it. Volume 3 did it very, very well, I thought.
I did it. I think it did it way better. Yeah.
And we don't want to spend too much time on this one because we have 8 more to get to. But it obviously ended with the classic like Japanese. Greatest on greatest, one stab, sword duel.
Yes, that was so cool.
Like Maul and Obi-Wan in Rebels.
Yeah,
everyone does that now. It's in everything, but it's always cool. It's always cool.
Yeah,
having the Jedi be a droid also, was pretty cool.
I mean, he was kind of a droid. He was a cyborg.
He was a cyborg more than anything else.
He was a Grievous. He was a reverse Grievous, like a good guy Grievous, except he wasn't that good. I mean, he was good.
He was lost.
He let himself get lost in the sauce, as it were.
Which I love. I love that.
Of killing Sith.
All right, let's give our scores for this one. Jamie, you go first.
This is one of my highest ranked ones this volume. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
All right. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. This is exactly what I want to see from Visions. I want to see more from the studio now. I'm like obsessed with this character. I want to see more, but
So
I'm not
does
going
this
to go
fall
back
in
and
your
reload.
top 3?
Yeah.
Does this fall in your top 3 probably?
Yeah.
This, Ninth
Maybe.
Jedi, and what was the other one from season
Spy
2?
Dancer.
I'd answer.
Yeah.
Spy Dancer. Yeah. This, I mean, it's funny that my top 3 are like one from each season.
That's fine, though.
volume.
That's how it should be.
It works
That's
like that sometimes.
But
So-
yeah, this was utterly fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the second one, The Song of Four Wings by Project Studio Q. Once again, I think I have that right.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got it.
that
Very
that's
professional.
very-
That was an easier one to pronounce.
On
Yeah.
point.
Pretty easy. So this one, first off, I gotta say, loved the music.
Hell
Matt
yeah.
even watched it, and he knew that we would love the music.
As
I don't know.
soon as the music came on, I said, "Oh, Jamie and AJ, I gotta love this."
I love catchy
You guys
music.
are
and
predictable.
It was great. I was actually hoping it was gonna be more based on the music because it's about a princess, right? She's like a
Mhm.
princess spy. This one actually had an
Yeah.
opening crawl, didn't it? This
It
episode
kind
had
of.
an
It
opening
did,
crawl.
and it flew.
It
Yeah,
flew.
it really did.
The
Holy
subtitles
crap.
flew.
I was like, oh, I'm still reading that. Oh well, we'll get it. We'll
Oh, well.
There it goes.
So it was about a princess spy out in the snow on some planet, looking into a village that got attacked, and then her Mon
She was doing a
Calamari
patrol.
friend.
She was
Yeah,
doing a patrol and happened to see some in the
On
distance, you know.
patrol.
Yeah.
So yeah, she had her little speeder bike with a sidecar with the droid in it. I forget his name. Artui. What was his name?
His name was not
It's just
R2.
R2. That's
I
just
don't know.
R2D2.
It was
I
something
forget
funny.
his name too, but it was a weird name. It
But
was
anyways,
like
he was bumping music. Or someone was he bumping music or was it
He
in
was
the
bumping
So she had a
theater?
tape. So she
had a
had
tape. She popped it in.
literally had a
I-
tape.
So I thought we were gonna get more music. I thought the whole thing was gonna be like her sound, like her Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack on a cassette playing the whole time. We got it, but like it wasn't. I wanted more. I wanted
Okay,
more.
so the droid's name was Tortu.
Tortu, but what was it? What was the
Tortu?
full
R9 TR2. Tortu.
TR2?
or two.
Okay.
I love that.
But yeah, I agree. Like, not to say it was misleading. I thought it was going to be about the music, but I thought it was because they make a big point over the fact they're like, oh, you shouldn't be out there like blasting your tunes while you're on patrol. And I thought it was going to really revolve around that. But that being said, the music was played the entire time, and then we eventually get to this point where she transforms the speeder bike and the droid into a mech suit, and it's like,
Yeah,
whoa!
That's
I
the
know
part
what
that
we're
lost
watching
me, if I'm
now.
being honest.
I didn't even Matt.
I thought
Matt
it was
talked-
fun. I thought it
Matt-
was fun.
Yeah, the other day we talked about this one over the phone, and we were talking about how much we loved this one. Matt didn't like this one as much. He said it was
Not
like
really.
too anime-y when that
It was
happened.
too anime-y.
So I actually
Look.
didn't. By the time that had happened, I already loved the episode so much that I didn't care.
Yeah.
I think this one, for my 3 things, I was intrigue, fun, and animation. I think it hit all of them for me. Animation I loved. I didn't love like some of the animation, but I thought that the Imperial stuff looked very cool with the animation. The
Yeah.
troopers looked really cool. The AT-ATs looked cool. Their little mining thing looked cool.
The
Um,
characters looked really cool as well. Like, I loved her like design as a character. The
Her design was
art,
great.
The art style for like the calamari was fantastic. The Matt, what was the species of the little guy that she picked
He's
up?
a Gagoran.
Okay,
A Gagarin, yeah.
he was
He's a Gagoran.
freaking adorable.
Yeah. I
and
feel
like
bad for him.
but he's safe now. He got rescued.
I still feel bad. He was crying. His whole family got glassed. He has
Yeah.
the things everywhere. I always feel bad about those kind of things.
But yeah, character wise, like it looked really really fun. Like and they did like a good variety of like the different kinds of like characters and like species that they could have like tossed in there as well. Yeah, I just appreciated that like about it from the beginning. And this one was just from the very beginning, just visually really stunning. And yeah, I agree with AJ that it had the intrigue in the beginning. So
Yeah, and I really liked this one up until I liked it all the way through, but I had the thing in my head where I'm like, oh, this could arguably be like a canon story up until the droid turned into a mech suit and she's
Yeah.
flying around. But like, because it was kind of like, a spy out doing a patrol, finds a kid. There's this cool, like, not cool, but Imperial like mining thing.
which looked very cool. Actually,
She was like on a mission. I thought it was a little spy mission. It was cool, and then the mech suit happened.
And then her droid transforms into an X-wing mech suit, and
But you're
she
watching
flies
it.
around and shoots them down. I'm
But
like,
to what you
"Oh,
were
come
saying,
on."
and what you were saying with episode 1, you had to let go of like this is Visions, things that happen in Star Wars.
It's
weird
art.
things can happen in this. Yeah, it's art.
I know. It's
So the
just one
Vexu
of those
didn't bother
like
me at all.
anime tropes that I'm like, yeah, you know, I think it's
Like,
overdone. I'm like,
I know what you mean. It's the kind of thing I almost like forgot like what it was until like literally that moment. It's just like, oh, okay. But
you know what we did
it was fun the entire time.
You got like 20 seismic charges going off with the beat of the music. That was actually
cool.
I love that.
That was
very
cool.
cool.
That was really cool. One thing I really appreciated about this one as well was there was the use of the paper crane, the folded paper cranes,
Right.
in this, and then they added in the extra wings, so it had the 4 wings, and so that was the 4 wings. But I loved really cool. That a studio actually like incorporating that into their short, though, because like the paper cranes are such like a huge part of Japanese culture and obviously origami in general, but the paper crane specifically. And so like seeing that as like the little buddy I was at the Gregorian.
It's a Gigoran.
Gigoran.
You know in Saw Gerrera's Partisans, the giant abominable snowman guy with the mask,
Moroff.
Yeah, he's a Gigoran.
Yeah, Moroff.
That little buddy's gonna become more.
Yes, that little guy's gonna become
that's Moroff himself.
A Moroff, yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah. So like, I love how the cranes were everywhere, and that's what she discovered, and then that he ends up like folding like another one for her like later, and it's just like, oh, this is so sweet.
Remember
I just love to like see
Moroff?
that. It's just yes. And I was in the middle of saying something fantastic.
My mind, once we went to Moroff, I could only think about him.
Could you?
She goes Big Wet Moroff as like Jamie's like talking, like pontificating about like.
I'm literally about to say like the paper crane is such a big symbol of hope, which is like a huge thing in like Star Wars, and you're over here like, oh, Big Wet Moroff.
Big Wet Moroff is also another sign of hope. That guy takes down the Empire himself.
If I know one thing about Japanese culture, it's paper cranes and being a symbol of hope. And like, you're out here, we lost it.
Hey, Moroff is great. How dare you? Moroff is great. So grades for this one, scores. Matt, we'll start with you.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
That's funny.
I also
give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
What the hell? You guys are like, oh, I love this one. 7 out of 10 is like,
look,
like it's good. It's not, but it's not great. It's not like exceptional.
I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed it. I think it was fun.
I thought
but
this was
again,
your favorite one.
No.
No, because when you asked us that, we hadn't finished all of them.
Ooh.
So
yeah. Anyway,
I have to explain myself now. So I also gave the duel a 7. But I think that lacked in fun in some areas, but it made up for it in animation was one of my things, and also just like you could tell how much work went into that thing. That one was a piece of art. This one I just thought was fun, so that's like a fun 7 and like an artsy 7.
Okay. All right.
So it's like they're both 7. One I had more fun with, but the other one was a film. Per se.
A film with an E at the end.
Like I could give Wallace and Gromit a 9 out of 10, and I can give Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers like a 9 out of 10. Like
true.
That's true.
That's your comparison.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, let's go on to The Ninth Jedi: Child of Hope by Production IG. 88.
And yeah. So these are the guys that are getting the show. They impressed everybody so much back in the day with The Ninth Jedi that they're getting their own show. This was kind of like a teaser to that.
Yeah.
A little more or less
little trailer.
Yeah, and that's what this kind of felt like to me, at least, was very much like we got a show, but let's not make the next one like the first episode of that. So let's kind of come up with like an intermediary thing, that kind of goes between The Ninth Jedi and whatever's coming in the show. Let's just kind of do like a half step, just like side adventure kind of deal.
Sure felt like that.
Yeah, it had very side adventure energy. I think it worked too. I still enjoyed it, but it definitely was not nearly as good as the original. I mean, obviously, The Ninth Jedi is my number one of all time.
Yeah.
But this was fun. It was fun. And it had some like good ideas. I liked that they weren't able to save the guy. I don't know why,
The
but
droid?
whenever the
Yeah.
well, the droid too, but his
Jedi.
master, Tedo's master.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
liked that
we were gonna get a
that they couldn't
Dagan
wake him
Yara
up.
situation.
I thought
Oh,
so
sorry.
too, but I
Yeah.
really liked it was like, oh, he's gone. He's been gone for like a while.
Yeah,
And
and
it
it
was,
was something serious to be like, oh well, we have to actually like deal with this, and
Yeah.
I like that too.
No, that was cool. Tedo was pretty good.
Tedo was good.
I loved
Tedo. I
He was
loved the
fun.
ship they were on.
Yeah,
that,
right?
like,
That was cool.
courtyard of
It was
trees
nuts.
and like that was cool.
Yeah, that was like it was like a royal palace that they like launched into space. I thought that was nice.
They do a really good job of it. Well, the animation in all of these is very good, even the one that we don't like later on. But I don't know, the production IG Ninth Jedi story just has like a really good look to it. It's like
they come up with
kind
really
of that,
good
like,
set pieces.
It's kind of like that bland, like not too bright color palette. But it works. Usually I like a lot of color, but I don't know. It just works.
It's very, to me, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack from people who know what they're talking about. But to me, this feels very close to like Studio Ghibli.
I was going to say the same exact thing, and I was going to
feels very Ghibli.
I was going to proceed it with the same exact thing. So I'm glad.
I mean, look, I've seen most Studio Ghibli movies multiple times. It's
I've seen
favorite,
like 2, so I'm glad.
My favorite anime of all time comes from that studio.
You're 100% right, and I got the same vibe.
Yeah, and that's 100%. Exactly. I agree 100%. Like, and they just know, they come up with, like I said, really good set pieces. The temple that's a lightsaber in the first one, and then this giant ship with this courtyard and the statue that she has to lift, and you have the bounty hunters who just have like this really cool look to them as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, and what do you think, Jamie? Because
what do I think about this?
Yeah, what do you think?
So I gotta say, I know you guys are like praising the animation and everything. I agree with all your statements. I gotta say, this might be an anime thing. Why do they struggle with the ships in space?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
That's
looks like low poly 3D like testing.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a 90s.
It just looks bad.
Why did they do that?
Everything else looks gorgeous, and then it cuts to like the ship. So especially like Ninth Jedi, it's really obvious because everything inside is gorgeous. So the characters look awesome, the interiors look fantastic, but then like you cut to like the ships in space, and it's literally just like
it goes to like
it looks. I'm sorry, it looks
like a pinball wizard animation.
What?
It does. Well, it goes to like a 90s computer game, like LucasArts game.
Okay.
Of like,
yeah,
it looks really weird. Why do they do that?
It's just it was just very obvious with Ninth Jedi, and I feel like
it's a stylistic choice. I think it's literally like it's harder to draw a spaceship. Like it's very hard to animate a spaceship in 2D. Like you know how like you're watching Family Guy, and then as soon as they get into the friggin' car, the car drives away, and it looks like the worst 3D car you've ever seen in your life.
It's like not as noticeable as this, though.
Well, yeah, because
maybe it's
because
like the artist
is not like it's not animation. Like it's like
the
cheapest, lowest form of animation.
I didn't notice this in season 1. Maybe there weren't as many ships.
Well, because there weren't. They had one ship in season 1, and it was the ship that she takes from the planet up to the temple, and we see that for like a fraction of a second. We barely see that fly.
Yeah, there's more in this one alone. But yeah, that's my one gripe about like this one specifically. This was another one as well. Like I enjoyed the first Ninth Jedi episode. It wasn't like my end all be all like favorite thing I've ever seen. I know it was yours.
It was for me.
But I loved the first one, and I thought it was really fun. But I think that what held me back with my enjoyment of this one was, I don't know, it felt like I was still missing something in between. I know how this was supposed to be their like backstory, like pilot to their show, but like at the same time, it's just like I was thrown off at first of how it was like the direct sequel, because I wasn't as familiar with like who all the characters were in like the first one, because I don't really remember it that well.
I had forgotten as well,
and like so it's not their fault, because they were probably also like, oh, if you want to watch this, you should watch the other one like right before, just like to refresh yourself. But like I wasn't on like that page of the remembering, and I just felt like there was a lot left unsaid in between of what was like important of what they were trying to do, and I was just like, I don't remember any of this. I don't remember them having to go after her father. Wait a second, this was a thing. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
You
guys just forgot the Ninth Jedi completely. Holy crap!
No. the biggest thing,
I'll admit it.
So the
I'm
Ninth
sorry.
Jedi, the Ninth Jedi is also my favorite Visions short they've ever done. I don't rewatch it like ever. I mean, maybe that's what I think about Visions. Like I like Visions a lot, but I never really go back and rewatch them. And I don't know if it's like a canon thing, like I said earlier, or anything, but like they're all little pieces of art. I like getting them when they're new. I don't really go back to them. Maybe I do with some of them, but the biggest thing for me with the Ninth Jedi, the first one, was just it had the biggest twist at the end. I think.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it. I love a good twist. I was intrigued.
It was perfect.
Those are my
it was
things.
perfect.
It was a perfect twist. Like it blew me away, and
Perfect setup, perfect payoff.
I don't remember the thing with her dad. I remember her dad being like the
sabersmith, yeah, and like he made all the lightsabers, but I didn't remember what his fate was at the time.
I don't remember him getting kidnapped or whatever.
Yeah, they show up. When they show up, she runs away, and then they beat him down and take him. And then when she goes up to the temple, she goes to T-Bot. T-Bot sends her up to the temple, and when she's at the temple, the guys are like, "Oh, we stole this guy, and we're taking him to this planet that you're never going to see him again." And she's like, "No, oh my god!" And then after they defeat the Sith, Margrave Juro is like, "Well, let's go get your dad."
He was so excited he muted himself. I think I can unmute you. There you go.
Knew why that happened.
But yeah,
you're just so excited.
The internet had heard enough of what you had to say. No, I don't know. It limited your time talking.
I mean, yeah, not to be like the one like negative voice about Child of Hope, but I guess I am the one negative voice out of the three of us on it. But and it's like minor stuff, with just like that part.
Very powerful. I want to point that out. That was a good one.
Of what?
Which one?
Tedo's sacrifice. In the show in the Ninth Jedi.
Very powerful.
But what I was gonna say,
go ahead.
What I was gonna say is when I was watching the Ninth Jedi, 3-5 years ago, however long ago it was, I would not, if you had asked me like, what do you think the sequel is gonna be? I wouldn't have said, oh, on their way to rescue her father, she gets blasted into space and she goes on a solo mission with a little droid in an abandoned ship. That's not where I see the story going. So I was a tad disappointed. I was like, okay, this is a side adventure. And I forgive it because I know we're getting the show. If we weren't getting the show, I would be far more disappointed. But I also think they wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have done that.
I think it was just a fine, like, if they were going to do, like, say if they weren't having the show and they were going to do, like, a part 3 eventually, it's a fine middle part.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really do anything. Fine.
No, it really doesn't.
You're a group of now that you've got your party, right? She's gathered her allies. She's going off to explore, to find her dad, to rebuild the Jedi. All of these things that have been set up, and she like falls down, hits her head, and wakes up in like a temple, and goes on an adventure with a little droid with none of her friends, with no, not any closer to finding her dad, not any closer to restarting the Jedi.
Well, when you say it like that.
You know what this episode was? It was the Bad Batch season 1, Bounty Lost, when Omega gets separated from the guys and she's on her own for a little bit, and the guys were like, "Oh, I don't know where she went," and then she rescues herself, and they're like, "Hey, you're back."
But that had Cad Bane and Fennec Shan fighting each other.
True, but like you did have these like bounty hunters, which I liked the bounty hunters. They're funky little designs, so like attacking each other. I don't know.
Oh, I loved. One of my favorite sequences in this was when they throw the little ball at her, and it breaks right in front of her, but then like it goes away, and then the guy's in her face immediately. Like that was like spooky. Like that was cool.
That was really
a cool little sequence. And then they used the ball later on.
And Tedo was really nice. I liked
Tedo. Was great.
He
was cute.
He's a fun little droid.
But like you said, all the story did was kill Tedo and make her sad. And then she hugs the other droid.
Exactly.
Jeez, Louise.
No, it was good though. It was a good little addition. When
it's a fun side adventure. I'm ready for the show.
Yeah, when the show comes out, I'll rewatch the first one and this one, and then get ready.
Me too.
So that'll be fun.
And then I'll remember it, and then we'll have this conversation again. Be like, Tedo's dead.
Tedo's dead, and her dad got kidnapped. I don't remember.
They better talk about Tedo. Can you imagine if like the first episode of like the show is them like in the ship like arriving at a planet and just going about their journey without even addressing. Like it might be.
It'll be the
possible.
Cars. The
I feel
Cars
like that's what's
2
gonna
of
happen.
The Cars
of
2
the Ninth
of
Jedi.
the Ninth Jedi. Yeah.
All right. What are we ranking these?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 7 out of 10 again.
I'll give this one an 8 out of 10.
I'll give this one a 6.
Wow.
I just didn't.
You hate Tedo.
I didn't.
Matt's too easy of a grader.
I am.
You give one you didn't
nice.
like 7. I'm a tough grader.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just I didn't like it as much as the other ones.
You gave it a 7. 7's good.
That's a C. I liked this marginally.
I don't think of it in terms of letter grades, but I guess that is what it is. So next one is The Bounty Hunters by WIT Studios.
Mm-hmm.
WIT Studios.
WIT Studios. WIT Studios.
So I really liked this one. I liked the story of it, and it was similar to, we didn't talk about this in the Song of the Four Wings, but there's like flashbacks along the way where she had a similar, in the Four Wings, she had a similar backstory as the little Gagarin of right. I almost said Muttley, Moroff.
Muttley.
This isn't whatever that cartoon dog is. We got the flashbacks of her, and ultimately she was a slave, just like these kids were a slave in this weird corpo Chad business guy's place.
Weird corpo Chad. I like
weird
it.
Corpo Chad.
It's true.
But I thought this one was cool and kind of like creepy, because you get there and you can tell something's not right, because whenever someone gets a really nice offer from like a fancy guy behind a desk, you're like, okay, this is all
too good to be true. Yeah. And then cue the little kid bringing in a tray of drinks wearing like a shock collar, and it's like, that's
just what did he say? Like, oh, that's how we can tell they're happy or something.
Yeah, we're monitoring their health.
Bad guy.
Like, who's falling for that? How stupid do you have to be to fall for that?
Exactly.
A kid with a collar walks in and serves you drinks, and you're like, oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. What are you talking about?
No.
And then she's tasked with, her being a bounty hunter with her cool droid who has like dual personalities.
I liked that aspect. I actually really like this one. The more you're talking about it, the more I'm thinking of it. I'm like, actually, this one kind of slaps.
It was
this
cool.
one rocked. This was a good one.
So she's tasked with the mission to go take out these insurgents, quote unquote. And then we see the way it's presented to us is great, because we see a lot of the kid slaves, and then we see who she has to go capture or take out or whatever. And they're the same race as the people we just saw. And we're like, oh, wait, I thought it was the parents, but I think it was the siblings.
Yeah, I think it was
probably a mix.
Like the Twi'lek. Mm-hmm. She had like the same skin color, same like patterning as the child slave. So
yeah. And there was a weird thing in this of like, the main character had a mask on. And then I think that the Twi'lek also had a mask or something, right? Like everyone had like a mask for some reason.
Well, yeah,
and then she loses the mask. I don't know what that symbolized.
I don't either, because I was expecting something underneath the mask, but it was just her mouth.
Unless it was just like she was hiding who she was, or
yeah, probably. I mean, that's probably
like
what it is. Symbolically.
Then we find out that she was a slave. But go ahead, Jenny.
I got a couple things. So I think that I like how. Okay, I got a couple things. I'm gonna drop they saw some things in animation and they really liked it, and they're like, all right, we're gonna pluck that. Ready? Number one.
Boy.
Bad Batch season 1. You guys gotta go take out these insurgents.
What?
That's what. That's what.
What are we talking
about? So like when
this whole thing. So Bad Batch season 1.
The past two episodes, the whole thing is just Bad Batch. But no, when they're sent to take out Saw Gerrera's insurgents, but they don't really know what it is, and then they're like, oh, but these aren't actual people causing problems. They're just people just trying to leave. Why do we need to put them down? And the whole thing on Crosshair at that point, literally the beginning of season 1. But this is like pretty much like the same deal of just like, oh, I need you to deal with some insurgents on my planet because they're just like messing up stuff. They're messing up what I need done. They're just people literally just trying to free their people and have like a better, which
is usually the case.
The case.
Yeah.
So we got that. My other big thing that I just think is just so funny. The main character, her whole backstory is powered over the fact that like she survived whatever here and is saved by a Jedi The Jedi doesn't kill her, just gives her like a chance to move on. And it's literally just the whole, I'm sorry for your loss, move on.
Yeah.
With like Master Luminara says that to the Martez sisters after like their entire like city block gets like murked. And so like we have like that going on. So again, I'm just like the Jedi just existing, but not necessarily being the hero in everyone's story. So I like how that's like in the background of this.
Well, I have something to say about that, but I'll keep going.
Well, my last thing is I like how so this episode is just called The Bounty Hunters, and so it is just like about them. It's not about like the greater like galaxy or anything. It is just about they are kind of affiliated with some sort of syndicate, doing their own thing, getting hunted by the syndicate and trying to find their way out. And I like how it was just like a micro version of a snapshot of just like an average person's trying to make their way in the galaxy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, there you go.
I like that.
Matt,
that's good.
What were your thoughts, Matt?
So I really like the twist. This is what I'll say about what you said earlier, because I disagree. I think the Jedi was the very explicit hero in this story, because I really liked that the entire story was basically she's on her way to hunt this Jedi, and you think for revenge, she hates her. This Jedi must have like burned down her compound or whatever, and she's mad about like that. And as the story progresses, you keep seeing her flashback to this Jedi, and you think like it's like stoking like hatred in her, but it's actually stoking good. The whole time, every moral decision she makes is predicated on that flashback to the Jedi giving her a second chance. So she hates the Jedi because the Jedi, gave her a second chance and forced her to start using a moral compass that she didn't have before. And now all of a sudden she's doing all these good things, and she's angry at this Jedi for giving her a second chance and like kind of steering her in that direction to be like, oh crap, now I have a moral compass. Now I have to do good things because this stupid Jedi was a good person to me. And, I'm angry. Like, at the end, she's like, I'm going to find that Jedi and give her a piece of my mind or whatever. And I love that. That's exactly what the Jedi are. They are like the beacon that even if you don't know that they're influencing you to do good, are still influencing you to do good. So in that regard, like what a fantastic portrayal of the Jedi, in my opinion, that this short had, because like it's literally just like scumbag gets a second chance to do good from a Jedi and hates the Jedi but does good. That's great. That's perfect. That's like just such a perfect representation of that of like the Jedi ideal, I think.
I really liked the episode did a really good job giving us the flashbacks, because by the end of it you do see that. But at the beginning of it, I don't know if it started with the flashback. It might have, but there was the early one. The early one, I'm like, oh, is she a Jedi? Because like we see that it kind of looked like Jedi Temple-ish that she was in, but I guess it was her home or whatever. But
it was like because she was part of some cult who kind of like kept like kind of a very like almost like a mirror Jedi, where they seem to bring in these children and train them to do like combat and stuff like that, but in a very forceful, very captivity kind of way, very slavery coded.
So we got the dual personality droid as well, which was like
that was great. What a great
one
twist.
of the cooler things in the episode. Yeah,
I loved his voice when he turns into like the assassin droid. I really liked whoever did that. Whoever voiced that character specifically was that
great. Was well done.
The personality switch was just like the funniest part. Because they were like, we got to make this as different as possible. So we're gonna have this is kind and caring medical droid, and then just this complete asshole bounty hunter. Like it's just so good.
Yeah, they've probably been sitting on that idea for ages. They're like, how has no one done this? But that was great.
Right.
I also love like we kind of got we got a sort of a big mech suit in this, right? We got.
I'm sorry. I just googled the actor, and he's Ronnie Cheng, and I recognize him. He's pretty famous. I've seen him around.
Okay, what is he in?
I've seen him around. Personally?
Yeah, all the time. Sorry, continue.
So, to wrap up this one a little bit, we get the guy gets a big mech suit, but another thing I liked, it was like a droidica mech suit, but I like to call back to the Clone Wars or Bad Batch or whatever you want to call it. Of they got to throw the poppers or the little thermal detonators through the shield, mount it through.
That was what a great callback. What a small like little detail that they
great.
didn't need to do, and then they still did it. That's great.
Yeah. But
the Droideka mech suit was really funny. That's as soon as he turned into a giant Droideka, I was like, oh, AJ. Like I just thought AJ. I was like, Proto-Deka. Like this is AJ. Me and AJ. Like this is like right up our alley. Like perfect.
I love how fast this guy goes from being just like casual, just like I'm just finance bro, to just being a mustache twirling villain. Like
literally
immediately,
psychopath.
Like, really jarring.
So we want to get to scores.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So this was Bounty Hunters. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.
Okay.
I really liked it. I think that this was I really liked it, but I mean, it didn't like hit every single box for me, I guess.
7's good. 7's good in my book. I actually had it at 7 and I changed it to 8 while we were talking about it.
Dude, same. I was like, oh, that was okay. And then as soon as you started like jogging my memory, I was like, whoa, actually awesome.
Yeah.
Like all these plot points. Great.
It was a good one.
That was a good one.
Next up on the list is Yuko's Treasure. If you like microwave droid bears, this was the episode for you. This was by, I had it just on here. Kinema Citrus, who had 2 episodes this season. They had the next one as well after this. But yeah, what did you guys think of Yuko's Treasure?
I thought it was cute. Yes, it was very cute.
Yeah.
But that's about it for me.
And it had Steve Buscemi.
It had Steve Buscemi. It had a lot of heart. Very, very cute. Very like I loved the parents were really nice. Like that was a good twist.
The parents were nice.
A very predictable but cute twist nonetheless.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it was a very cute little story, and I mean that's not an insult, of course. Like there always has to be a couple of those in these vision stories, and sometimes you need that. I can't have all the themes. I can't have all the balls to the wall. Pardon my French or whatever.
Can't have all the balls.
Pardon my hootsies. You can't have that all the time. So I like that they put these in there too to kind of mix it up. But I thought this was well done. I like the idea of the hidden treasure away, and then they did the whole skeleton crew thing of they opened the vault and it was just 1 coin.
Yeah,
but it was really below, and they get the whole ship. And then it was a nice story of friendship and trust, I guess you could.
And family love and found entire
found
thing
family.
as well. I mean,
family.
I think that one of the cutest highlights of the whole thing was the droid was named the bear droid was named Billy.
Yeah,
Billy. So it stood for Baby I Love You. And that was just the cutest damn thing.
I love the bear.
Like that's just so adorable.
The kid was a big baby.
I mean,
she literally was a baby. She was a child.
They were both dudes. Did you? They were both dudes. I thought the baby was a girl, but it's a boy. Both of them were boys.
Oh.
I mean, like whatever, but like
same with Billy. Everybody was a boy in this one.
Oh yeah,
a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes.
A lot of
babies. A lot of baby dudes.
A lot of babies. A lot of dudes. But yeah, I don't know.
This was another one where, like I mentioned in like the whole intro of like they saw something in Star Wars that they're like, oh, I really like this a lot, and I want to do my own version of it, of just like saving something for the future or just basing something on Tatooine. I think this was really Kinema Citrus wanted to do something that was we want to do our own story that's on Tatooine because they did The Village Bride, and then they also did the sequel to it.
They had an establishing shot that was literally taken right from A New Hope of Mos Eisley. Like it it looked like the shot for literally The New Hope, but
same
it was,
cantina,
same thing. It was, but they animated over it, or they did their own thing, of course. But
so like this was their love letter to A New Hope, and I think that it really like shined in this entire thing, and it was just a really, really well made. It was a gorgeous one, and I think it was a very like cute take at it, something that you would expect for some like nice, a sweet little anime. That's like what this was.
It's a
and we got the big little beast in the cave.
Love was that a crate dragon?
Oh my god, the crate dragon.
I love how
it was a crate dragon.
It was.
I love how it was like the 2 goons just like walking along, and it's just like behind,
it's just like
and then they
sneaking
would
up
turn
behind them.
back, and then just like taking a step every time, and then just the
Hey, the
very
goons were
quickly,
funny.
ah! They were annoying, but they were funny, and so
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
good goons.
Good goons.
Good goons.
What do we grade this one?
7 out of 10. That's the lowest score I'm going to give any of these, by the way, but 7 out of 10.
Okay, this is
It's
7.5.
another cutesy, substanceless one that had some substance and some. It wasn't completely substanceless. I shouldn't say that, but
I think it had a feel good little story at the end.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I gave it a 6. I liked it though. I liked it, but it was like I gave like the Duel, the Ninth Jedi, Song of Four Wings. I gave those all 7s. So this one wasn't as good as those, so I can't give it a 7. That was a 6.
I gave this a 7.5 because
good.
it was nice and cozy to me, and I think it like
was
really
cozy.
it just like, was really good. It knew what it was, and it was cute, and I think it did a really good job with it. And I loved the villain plot and everything. It was just fun.
I love Steve Buscemi.
There you go.
So up next, also from Kinema Citrus, was The Lost Ones, which was the sequel, as Jamie was saying, to The Village Bride.
Mhm.
Right.
I thought this one was excellent.
I thought
Jamie,
this one was very good.
This was one of your favorites. You liked Village Bride a lot. You take the reins on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Village Bride was my favorite short from Visions Volume 1, and I think it actually is like my favorite short from Visions in general. It's just one of those ones, like the thing from Village Bride that really stuck out to me initially was the music, and like that was like one huge one that I loved re-listening to, and so like getting to see a sequel to it and to see what Jedi F was doing after this, and just hearing the music again, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm gonna cry a little because this is actually really cool that we're actually getting a sequel to that short, and like I was very excited for it. The music's
great.
This was a proper sequel because it was just like, hey, here's this Jedi. Let's see what she's up to now, and it was a really good just like slice of life of she's a Jedi on the run now, because she found like some sort of found her way a little bit in like the original Village Bride, and then was just like, I have to move on. And so seeing her refine her like bearings was just like very cool, and just getting to see her again and accepting the community around her was just love it. Love to see it. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. No, this is the one that opened with the Back to the Future Darth Vader, right?
The Darth Vader cameo. Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. That would
immediately you're at a 7 when you get that for me.
That is just so funny.
And it was. Go ahead.
It's like what we just said like a second ago of just like how long was someone waiting to make that reference like actually in Star Wars? Like,
but it's just so funny because like it's so subconscious when it happened. Like he's wearing the hazmat suit. Or she's wearing the hazmat suit. I forget who was wearing the hazmat suit, but somebody's wearing the hazmat suit, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then as soon as they just like point a box at the screen, there's like a little part of my brain that just like, bing, and I was like, Back to the Future. Like it was so subconscious. It was like poking a little button in my brain that's just like dead, like a little part of my brain that's just totally dead until you make that reference. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
You could hear the guitar riff that Marty plays.
Literally,
where's the tape? Just
awesome. I was like, whoa.
I really liked Village Bride. I liked this one even more. And now I want to rewatch Village Bride and this back to back, as well as obviously the Ninth Jedi and this and its sequel back to back. But this one, Matt, I don't know if you got the vibe, but when she's on the Star Destroyer, by the way, amazing animation of the Star Destroyer showing up and all that stuff. One.
Yes,
looked awesome. Was. But when they're on the Star Destroyer and she's fighting her master, whatever the heck was going on there. Very Last Jedi vibes for me, with like the curtain gone. You could see space. The flowers were all red, so you had like the red vibe, lightsaber duel going on. You could see like the ship she was on in front of them. I don't know if they were going for that, but it looked awesome.
I think they definitely were.
They probably were.
Yeah, and I liked the whole vibe with her and her. Are we calling him a Padawan?
It was her former master.
No,
her former master.
The guy that came with her.
Oh, he was just a guy.
He's just a guy. I don't think he was force sensitive.
No, he was definitely just like a Han Solo type.
He said something about like her being his master or something. I thought I can't remember.
I don't
remember that.
But I liked their whole plot of like coming over to the Star Destroyer and like the whole like, oh, I brought her in, and everyone's like, come on. and then he plants the thing. He plants carbonite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she uses carbonite to take down the master later, which was cool.
That was my favorite part of this.
Okay, thoughts on carbonite mining.
What an incredible here's some thoughts on carbonite. What an incredible visual. What an again, I use the word set piece. What an incredible set piece. Somebody came up with the idea to put carbonite in a gaseous form. I mean, I guess carbonite is gaseous already, but put it in a little pebble, put it on someone's back, and then have the gas slowly envelop them and turn them to stone as they're like moving around. What an incredible visual. Oh, it was awesome. What a cool way to defeat a villain. I was like, after that, I was like, whoa, that was incredible.
That was a surprise.
Visual.
Yeah.
I think that one of the most interesting parts of that fight is like we go into it knowing, all right, we know what's going to happen because we have a Jedi, we have someone who's a former fallen Jedi thing going on. So we know that like the Jedi is not going to go out of their way to kill this person because that's just not how it goes. That's not how it works. And so we're watching this fight take place, and planting the little vial of carbonite on them was such a good little plot.
It's a perfect way to defeat a villain without killing them.
It does kind of. It probably did kill them, but like, but in like a weird backwards way, it was such a good execution of the fight, and it was unexpected, and I really, really appreciated that.
Yeah.
So, do we think
she got Anakin'd?
Yeah,
2 legs and an arm, dude. Rip.
Oh my god, I know.
Was that actually her master, or was that some sort of like was that?
I have no friggin' idea, dude.
When she first entered that room, it looked like not a Star Destroyer. It looked like she was outside, and then the door disappears. The whole visual was cool, and then obviously the wind that goes away and you can see out into space. But like, was that like a weird force room, and she was like that was a vision, Star Wars Visions, or was
I'm not entirely sure. Did we meet her master in the first one? I think this is for me. This is a Ninth Jedi situation where I don't remember where we left off with her. Like any past information that I might have needed for this one.
We don't. We really didn't know that much about her aside from she was a Jedi who survived the Purge, and was just doing her own thing. Yeah, and she already had like the prosthetic legs, but that's all we really like knew about her like in like the past. And so like getting to see more of her backstory that's why I said as we started this chat of this short of I really like how this one felt like a proper sequel of like, okay, remember this person? We are expanding about this person.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Right. That's exactly it.
I also like how they weren't like shy about naming it something completely different. Like just
I know.
The first one was called The Village Bride. All right, cool. The next one, The Lost Ones. If you don't know that's a sequel, sorry.
And it's not like The Village Bride : The Lost Ones, like the duel.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was funny like as we led into this, AJ was like, "Wait, was she the bride?" And I was like, "No, she was not the bride. That had nothing to do with it. That was someone completely different." So.
Two other notes. I couldn't entirely remember, but I did like The Village Bride a lot. I just like Ninth Jedi. I haven't really rewatched it in quite a while. But another note I had, or two notes I had, were they were flying a separatist shuttle. Like that's what they had as a ship.
They loved that.
Which I didn't know if that was like some sort of symbol of like she's a Jedi in a separate shuttle.
Wasn't that from the first one? Didn't she take off on a separatist shuttle after the separatists showed up and like the droids came out and like she like
right? There were battle droids in that.
I think so, yeah, because she obviously knew the other character, Juna, like on the ship, and so like they had a history. But then like everyone else who was like on like that shuttle with them in like the bigger ship didn't know her yet. So
right,
yeah.
Okay, good memory. And then my other note was I loved the detail of the overhearing the kids while she's waiting for the doctor or whatever she was. The was she a basilisk?
Yeah.
Juna the basilisk.
So he overhear the kids saying like, "I want to fight for the Empire. The rebels are the bad guys." And I'm like, "Oh, that's got a nice little detail," because like the kids don't know because they're all the propaganda and everything. So that was cool. That was a nice little touch. The episode I thought had a little bit of everything.
It did. I loved the setting initially with everything with the carbonite mining, because we don't necessarily know like what they're mining. She just also happens to like be on this planet as it is. I loved that little like crew of what they were working through. The setting of that planet was also incredible. Having one guy pretty much being like, "No, leave me here. I'm ready to die with my family." And it's just like, "No, please don't do this, buddy."
Right.
And seeing that was just like a really striking image in the first place of seeing his family like Pompeii there, so like that was really cool.
Paid.
I mean, it is what kind of happened.
You're right. You're not wrong.
And then we
She
see that
had
happen
kind of
later,
a,
like with your master. So yeah,
she had kind of a Cal Kestis thing going on at the beginning, I guess.
Yeah,
at
a little
the
bit.
mine, kind of undercover, I guess. But
That's true.
scores for the Lost Ones.
8 out of 10. That was another good one.
Also 8 out of 9 out of 10. Sorry.
Okay. Well, also 8. I mean,
wow.
this was my favorite one, but I mean, I guess I'm like really strict about how many 9s I get.
I'm pretty strict.
That I give out.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of want to
go.
go back and say the Bounty Hunters is a 9 for me. Because I think the Bounty Hunters is better than this, but I'm giving this one an 8.
This one was more of film, as I call it. Bounty Hunters was more of like just like an action movie. Like that was, with some nice themes in there.
Okay. You know what? Actually, I also want to switch my score for this one and give it a 9 because it was my favorite one out of Volume 3. And I'm like, you know what? That should actually reflect that. So
I changed it also while we were doing things. So
okay, we gotta. All right.
The
if
next
anyone's
one,
keeping score.
Yeah. Right.
Next one up for us is The Smuggler, and this was by Trigger, who
did one of the best ones and one of the worst ones in season 3 for me.
Yeah. Wait, what was the other one?
What was their other one?
They did the twins.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
didn't love that.
I'm like, whatever. But that one was one of the most popular ones in season 1 because everybody just loved the action.
It was very anime.
That's some cool looks.
Exactly. It was very anime and was a little too anime for me. But then they also did The Elder, and The Elder is
complete opposite.
Yeah,
The Elder might be my favorite.
The Elder is one of the best ones in season 1.
Yeah. So this one, The Smuggler, they went from The Elder to The Smuggler.
Mm-hmm.
So was it The Twins?
It was The Twins.
Twins, The Elder, The Smuggler.
They
this one was awesome. I liked this one a lot. Kind of felt like an episode of Star Wars Droids or something for me, like with a little bit of extra stuff at the end. But like,
I guess so. Yeah, I can see that.
So first of all, we were talking about Studio Ghibli earlier. This one also extremely Studio Ghibli.
The old woman,
literally like that, like smile on her face. She just a
like
very a very Studio Ghibli design. Yeah. Yababa, the witch from Spirited Away.
Yeah.
She had a very distinctive Studio Ghibli look. Like the characters in this one, the character designs in this one were very Studio Ghibli, while the environments in the Ninth Jedi were very Studio Ghibli. So combine them.
Well said.
We got something. In terms of like the actual story, it was fun. It was pretty straightforward. The one thing, Emma Myers voiced the main character. And it was bugging me the whole time because I was like, who is this voice? Who is this voice? And then finally I remembered, like, I saw something about like Emma Myers is in Star Wars now. And I was like, okay.
She's the second lead in Wednesday, right?
Yeah, she's Enid in Wednesday.
That's what I thought.
But like I could totally tell it was her. Like as soon as it clicked for me, I was like, oh, I've
seen her.
And they designed her character very much just like her. Like but it also was like you could tell she's not a voice actor. She's an actor or actress. Because everybody around her was a voice actor, and everybody around her was voice acting circles around her. But that isn't to say she was bad, because she was still good. But you could definitely tell there were some jagged edges and kind of untrainedness that
I see where you're coming from.
She can kind of work on if she's going to continue voice acting.
One thing that stood out, it's funny you mentioned that. One thing that stood out from her in terms of remembering lines from her were when they did the jump of the speeder like really far and they landed and she like jumps out, she's like, yeah, like I don't know, it didn't feel like a voice actor, it felt like something, a live action thing.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
That was kind of the vibe I was getting from her. And again, no shade to her at all, because she still did a great job. But it was very obvious, like she's not a voice actor.
I like the character.
Yeah.
I loved the creepy old lady Jedi.
Creepy old lady Jedi was fantastic. And you knew as soon as she showed up, you were like, oh yeah, she's gonna be like a Jedi. Like,
when early on, when what did she say to her? Like, do we need a Jedi, or like, are you she says something like, do we need a Jedi for this? and she's just giving her like the
She's
blankest
literally
like
just
smile stare.
Yeah.
Like,
And then-
okay.
And then she's like, "Oh, aren't the Jedi the bad guys?" And she was like, "Well, I don't know about that." And she's like, "I don't buy that either." I liked that. That was
Mhm.
good.
She was badass. Like when she whipped it out and started deflecting everything.
Out
That
of
was
her
great.
arm, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
the
she has,
unjust
like, a-
wrapping, and it's just
She has like a prosthetic hand that hides the blade in it, or the
That was
prosthetic
sick.
arm.
Nuts.
Sick. Great idea. Great concept. Great visual.
The bounty hunter was
Um,
cool.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter was a cool design as well.
I think that's
I
where I got
like
my
the
droids
poncho.
vibe from.
I can
I
see
was like a
that.
droids villain.
He seemed like it, yeah. I mean, like the
Yeah.
animation style was kind of like that, which is really funny to say that it was like droids. It was like this cartoon from the 80s, you know.
I
But
thought it was
it made sense.
very colorful. Like I know
It was. Yeah.
it's
Muted,
funny.
colorful.
Yeah,
makes
exactly. It wasn't
sense.
like it wasn't bright, but it was muted colorful.
Well, that's because Trigger spent all their money on colors for Edge Runners.
yeah. You mentioned that we were watching it. that they did
It's
Edge Runners.
funny because like when we watched season 1 or volume 1 of Visions, I have pretty much not, like I mentioned in the beginning, I don't watch anime. But that came out in 2021, and then Cyberpunk Edge Runners came out in 23, and I consumed that multiple times, and now I'm just like. And so when this short came out, I was just
I
like,
get it now.
it's Trigger. I get it. There it is. I get it now. A little bit, I do.
Yeah, but this one, straightforward, fun little story, saving the prince.
Yeah.
Get a little Jedi along the way. Very, very.
This is again
Obi-Wan?
the yeah,
New Hope?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's again they saw a plot they really liked in Star Wars. I want to recreate it, but put a little bit of a twist on it. So this is an old Jedi approaches a smuggler asking for passage off world for 2 people. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
A
literally.
Jedi and
No
a smuggler
questions
walking to a
asked.
bar.
And instead of a
and-
princess, it's a prince.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
there you go.
do the twist like that.
Whoa.
It was cool though. I really enjoyed this one. I loved the visuals. I loved the setting of the city area and whatnot. I also appreciated how the beginning of this short had like a little bit of a backstory of just like, oh, the royal family and all of
I
this
love
has
that.
happened, and now
That was
they're in
really well
hiding
done.
and we're
They
under
showed the Senate.
persecution. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
All right, I got really
And that was
excited. I
that
like
was
part.
kind that was kind of a title crawl too. It was
Yeah.
a title
No way.
it was a spoken title crawl.
It was like it's like more so like the beginning of the Clone Wars where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
say, "Oh, here's what happened,"
but more like
War in the
elegantly.
Republic.
yeah, exactly.
And that was. I'm glad you brought that up, Jamie. That was like a really good part I liked that I forgot about because it was at the beginning and
yeah.
we got all the other juicy things in there. So, what do you guys score this one?
8.
This one 8 as well.
Also 8. This one screams 8. This is like a real solid.
It's a
8.
real solid one. It's a real solid
Yeah.
one.
So Matt, on to Bird of Paradise. which
Yes,
I know
Bird
you really
of
liked.
Paradise. This was my
Um,
second favorite of the bunch. It might honestly,
Say it was your
it's like
favorite.
it's a
original.
it's a hair below the duel, but yeah, it might be my favorite. The Bird
Polygon
of Paradise.
Pictures.
Polygon Pictures. I think the animation style I didn't like as much at the beginning. It grew on me by the end of it.
I liked it.
I'm
Very
not a
3D.
big fan of like 3D anime. I don't really like it. But they utilized this art style with her like visions and stuff like that very well. So I really like that. This I was like stunned by the end of this because the Polygon Pictures just gets it. Like this was the most Star Wars thing ever. You guys, everybody's gonna roll their eyes because it's all about letting go, and this whole thing was about letting go. It was just about like ego death, about fear of loss, about fear of death, about all the little things that like keep you from being your best self, like just like arrogance and your need to prove yourself. It was just so powerful, and I just, first of all, bold choice to like blind her and then have her spend like half of the episode just stumbling around in the jungle crying because she's gonna die. Very dark. Like,
think it worked.
Extremely
It worked
dark.
well.
Oh, it worked very well. But it was
you had to have
dark.
it be dark. I mean,
Yeah, but it's honestly very uncomfortable sometimes when she's like, pounding the ground saying, it's not fair. You can't see anything, and I'm gonna die, and there's so much I want to
drinking the
do.
water.
And Yeah, she's drinking the water and it's awful. And then George Takei is a frog and he's yelling at her. And
That was George Takei?
yeah, it was.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
See,
oh come on.
We got you with
as soon as you hear that,
Steve Buscemi, you got us with George Takei.
No way. I
absolutely.
mean, he
God,
wow,
yeah.
wow. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, that was George Takei. That was for sure him. And I loved it. Like I said, by the end of it, when she duels her ego and kills her ego,
That was so
and then
good.
is like slowly like watching
kills-
her ego just kind of like die.
Kills her ego by letting her ego
Yeah,
like,
kill her.
kill her. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
basically.
cool.
And again,
Letting go.
a non-violence, letting go. Your
No,
ego death right there. Oh my god!
We've heard you have that obsession, I'll call it. I don't know a healthier way to call it, but like you love that in Star Wars. You love that about the Jedi. But I agree. Like this was a perfect way to visualize that. If you're like, hey, what's like the premise of being a Jedi?
Exactly.
Just watch
I'd
this.
show them this episode.
And I like. You told me, like you told Jamie and I, because you finished these before us, that we wouldn't like this one maybe or something. But
I didn't think you were gonna like this one.
No, and I really liked it. I liked
glad.
the way it was presented because you said it was dark, but like the premise was dark, but it was very colorful, like literally.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't
find it very uncomfortable because the one that follows it is very uncomfortable.
Well, the one that follows it is yeah.
But I found it as like a nice way to show like what being a Jedi is, and I really loved that it broke it up into chapters.
Yeah,
it felt very. Jamie and I
details
joked
Go ahead. Sorry.
You liked it so much because like the music and that part was very like Zelda-y.
Yeah,
like it felt like the noises and the music and the different stages.
Yeah, I just liked it. It was almost like the stages of grief. I mean, it wasn't the stages of grief, but it was sort of her going through different stages of like being able to finally just kind of let go of yourself.
I liked it a lot.
What an incredible, like you said it. I was going to bring this up later, but you said it. If anybody ever wants to know what letting go as a Jedi means, you sit them down and you show them this short. Yeah. They nailed it so hard. I was
even just the final part
stunned. Yeah. Even the final part. The ending is so ambiguous. It's so, and again, that adds to the darkness because I almost see it as her just being like, yeah, I'm probably going to die in this jungle. But that's okay. Like I'm chill with it. Cause I was expecting like her master to show up and be like, oh, there you are. Let's get you some new eyes or something like that. You worry that they're going to take the easy route. But then, she's standing on a cliff, just kind of feeling the sun on her face, not able to see, but seeing everything around her and just being like, you know what, I'm who I am. And if I die, I die, I mean, it's very powerful, very mature, very good. Just the bird of paradise.
I wasn't
fantastic.
Not that it really matters, but I wasn't sure at the end if she got her sight back or not. Because the whole time her eyes are closed, so I thought that signified like she was. Obviously, I know you can be blind and
it was
open, but like I almost thought it was like Kanan when his eyes light back up. But I like what you said better though, that she's accepting it and just like she's able to see it her own way.
Yeah,
that's more powerful. So.
I saw it as acceptance the entire time as well, because it's just like, hey, like you fell down this cliff and you almost died, but you didn't. Why didn't you die? And so like there's like this like acceptance of this is what life moving forward was going to be for her, and like finding that within herself. And I really loved this like it's funny to say visual representation of finding your way through the blindness, but that is literally what it was. I was super intrigued to see how they portrayed the Force, and like how like she was like seeing as she like moved through it and whatnot. And it just really got me like thinking like deeper about it, and I loved every second of it. And as Matt said, like this one was much darker because of the subject matter, but it was an absolutely gorgeous one as well. And again, like it also uses classic iconography. Yeah, there's the word. Hey, we got there. Of the bird of paradise, and so like the actual the flower, and then on her earrings as well. And so getting to see like the different versions that they wanted to portray, like with that of it not quite in bloom, not quite ready to go, but then also just like fighting it when it was like fully ready. It's just like, man, this is like this is really hitting where it's supposed to be hitting.
Yeah. No, this one was
awesome.
Really clever, It's really well done.
Yeah.
I'm just looking back at all the other ones, and I think this one I liked the premise of this one maybe the most out of all of them. It might not be my favorite one on there, but like I loved what they did with it.
I think that this one was the deepest and probably like the heaviest out of them, actually.
Probably,
sure,
probably, yeah.
Well, maybe.
I wonder what happened with her master and
the other Sith.
the annoying
they're dead.
Sith.
They are dead.
You think they're dead?
They're dead.
Both of them?
Both of them.
How are they
Just
both dead? They
dual
both just fell off.
Yeah. The Force did not have them in their plan. Anyway.
My other notes on this that were not important at all, really, but when the Sith and the main character are fighting at the beginning, they're almost like insult sword fighting each other. So I thought of Monkey Island a little bit.
Monkey Island.
And then we got the droid was I believe a piece of concept art that was supposed to be a BB droid.
He was a BB-8 with the shred.
Yeah,
on the wheel instead of the.
So once again, that's the genius of Visions, able to like do those things. And I even hope maybe it's happened and I just forget, but I hope that canon Star Wars things can pull from Visions designs and do things like.
Well, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for them to put T-70s and the kind of midway BB units into like the Mandoverse or just like anything New Republic.
You know what we got?
Like I'm waiting.
And Star Wars Unlimited, the card game, the latest drop has T-70s as a
finally
a vehicle.
And it has a bunch of generic New Republic senators.
Ooh.
Yeah. So let's grade Bird of Paradise.
That's going to be a 10 out of 10 for me.
After the discussion, it's now an 8.5 for me.
I gave it an 8. I'll join you with 8.5.
Okay.
I'll see your 8.5 and I'll raise you 8.5. Yeah, I don't know. I 8 was a really good score for me coming out of these, but I'll give it 8.5. It's slightly better than the Smuggler, the one we just did. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So next is Black by David Production. This one,
I'll be honest, I couldn't finish it.
This one was a tough watch. It was kind of 13 minutes of trippiness with like jazz music set to it.
I know. The jazz music is like, whoa, what are we doing?
I definitely don't want to insult it in any way. I know we kind of like laughed, but like a lot of work I imagine went into this, and it was some beautiful
animation.
Beautiful, but also horrific. I mean,
yes.
They know what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not insulting them by saying that, but like very, very crazy art that they did.
Yeah.
And I like the premise. I've listened to. I wasn't sure what to make of it. Of course.
What's the premise?
So the premise. I watched Alex's on Alex and Molly on Star Wars Explained. They did a breakdown of each little Visions short. Loved what he did. The premise is it's a stormtrooper. And, he says at the end, like Alex said at the end, like it can be taken any way. That's just his take on it. But I agree with his take.
I think I'm going to as well.
It's a stormtrooper on the Death Star, either Death Star 1 or Death Star 2. We don't know. Blowing up. And like maybe he's injured and is just dealing with it exploding and he can't get off. And he's thinking back. Is at one point in there, it shows him like with a woman.
Right.
In love somewhere in a simpler time. And now he's a soldier of the Empire and he's dying. And it's showing like two different stormtroopers molded together. So who knows what that means? Yeah. But it's what a dying stormtrooper is thinking while the Death Star is exploding.
That's exactly what I saw. Like I described it after I finished it by saying it was like a stormtrooper in his death throes. I wasn't even sure if he was conscious or if he was already like just dying.
Yeah.
And just like seeing this was like his final thing. It's just going through like his life,
which is like
what's happening around him.
When we say it out like that, genius, really cool idea. The visuals just weren't for me. I don't think they were for Jamie either. As she said, like I couldn't really. I don't want to say I couldn't stomach it, but I couldn't. I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
The only one my dad sat down and watched with me, and after it was done, he was like, "Wow." And
was that before or after he had some of the devil's lettuce?
before.
Who knows what it'll be like after?
Right?
I don't know. Like it was It was art. It was very much
Artsy.
art.
Yeah.
Capital ART, art.
I think that if anything, I do want to. This is gonna sound nuts. I want to rewatch it in the way of, can I look at it frame by frame, and like, can I look at each of the pictures? Because like seeing it assault my eyes was unfortunately just way too much for me personally.
It was overstimulating. I was getting very like anxious
but that was the
while
point.
watching.
That was the point. And like I really,
so I didn't need more.
Exactly. I think that like the night we watched it, I was like, I can't watch this, and like I watched like a minute and a half, and I was like, I can't unfortunately finish this.
It's 13 minutes, or it's that might be with credits, but like it's long. If it was like 3 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, I remember thinking like,
bright colors.
Because it's the shortest one.
So much
it's
going
the shortest
on.
one of the bunch.
Yeah.
I was like,
yes.
Okay.
Well, imagine if it was 25 minutes.
Holy crap.
I think that for what it was, though, I think that the message of it, I mean, also like is almost like zero dialogue, for like what it was of just like that experience. It was like a complete out of body experience, and like, we don't know like what it is. Yeah, I've honestly, if I was in the Death Star and exploding, I wish I was hearing jazz music. Why not? I think that's the one thing the guy really hit the nail on the head.
See, I almost
was that some light jazz.
So this was my least for freeform jazz.
This was my least favorite one, but I'll say some positives about it. And we already kind of did. Like the premise is genius, but if I was to listen to any of the studio heads or whoever wrote and made these describe their thing, or if I could ask them a question, like I think I would want to talk to these guys first. I'm going to be like, oh, what made you think of this?
Mm-hmm.
How did this come about?
Why jazz?
Why jazz? Why trippy? Like,
what the hell does the red and green stormtrooper mean? Like, what are they? Why are they both missing like an arm?
Why were they like zombie faces?
Yeah.
But let's score it.
7 out of 10,
guys first,
baby.
Actually,
yeah, I told you I'm not going to rank anything below a 7 out of 10.
You did say that. Okay, Jamie, you go.
I gave it a 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2.
Oh my god.
And my thinking of giving it a 2 was a 2 out of 10 is a 1 out of 5. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was. I didn't want to give it. Well, I was going to give it
more than 1.
I almost gave it a 1, but I gave it 2 for just very much creativity.
I will say
my 3 things: intrigue, fun, animation. I didn't think it was fun.
No.
I didn't find it intriguing. I mean, a little in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
And animation was cool, but a little trippy. So like, that's how I got it.
I will say this one broke. This is the one out of all of them that broke containment in terms of like.
Yes,
this one reached the pop culture, the mainstream. Like my friend who doesn't watch Star Wars, doesn't know much of anything about Star Wars, but sometimes watches our show. Shout out, Matt. Sent me a.
Are you sure you're not just talking about yourself?
No, this is Matt with 1 T. Mateus.
Oh,
great guy.
Sure.
He sent me a message. I think he texted me actually. He sent me like a TikTok thing of the scene where like the like Star Destroyer is like crashing down and they're like kind of running out into like the main like hangar and you kind of see everything like exploding and he goes, yo dude, like what is this? And I had to like explain to him like, oh, it's the it's from Star Wars Visions season 3. He goes, yo, this looks sick. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe we should watch it sometime. Yeah, give it a watch. But we haven't really followed through on that. But yeah, he sent me that and I was like, some
of like the motion of it reminded me of the Iran music video. Like just the way like some of the TIE fighters were going into the Death Star. I don't know. I can just picture. I'm gonna watch. Oh, the studio's gonna hate me. I'm gonna watch this short with Iran playing over it.
Hey, why not?
Awesome.
See if it works with a different kind of music. Maybe that's what you hear when you die. Not like jazz.
You see former President Nixon.
That's a take on me.
Shout out to the nice guys.
Shout out to the nice guy. Have you guys seen that one?
No. So Star Wars Visions Volume 3. That was fun to talk about. It was fun to talk about them. And I think we all sort of enjoyed that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm down for more. I'm down for more Visions. Well, hey.
So going into this, we all thought like, oh, it's gonna be like a 20-minute discussion. We're at an hour and 30. So like that was a real genuine nice discussion. And we all kind of like gave each other points like, oh, I like that actually better when you said that. So that was a good discussion. I didn't mean to sound like funny at the end, but
no. It was just funny because you were
my
just
expectation.
Like, I enjoyed this discussion. It was good.
Like, I enjoyed it immensely.
Basic statement. All right. Any further thoughts?
No, but really, I'm really excited if they do more Visions. Like if they do Volume 4, I hope that they branch out to new studios again and do some new stuff. I would love for more sequels along the way as well. And I'm looking forward to like the Ninth Jedi series. I would love to see if maybe they decide to make a feature, like an actual like hour long or so, hour and a half, a feature film for any of these things. Yeah, I think that a few studios have the potential for it. That'd be awesome. I just hope that they make more, and I want to see more of them because they're just fun. They're fun little things.
Yeah, I can imagine they're gonna keep doing these. I mean, there's really no downside to them. Every season gets like one or two big hits where people really talk about it and they break into the pop culture and Star Wars fans have to explain to their moms what Star Wars Visions is.
They gotta keep giving other ones a series now. I mean, Ninth Jedi's, I think, the best one that they should have given a series. Now they got to do it with another one.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah,
we'll see.
For sure.
Screecher's Reach. Sorry.
That would be cool.
That'd be nice.
That would be cool.
I want to see what happens there.
What happens to her next? I don't know. We'll never know. Well, whatever. This has been a little chat about Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us during this. And we will be back with more Star Wars coverage soon. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up as we always do, but a lot of really fun stuff coming up soon.
It's gonna be
we will talk to you guys soon. And thank you so much for listening to the Hollow Marauders. Catch you guys next time.